Yo, 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 what's going on, everyone? What up, what up? It's your girl, Miss DJ Hoodie, getting at you guys with another Why Run podcast live. And today, up on panel, we got the one and only, the sexiest raccoon on the internet, just right.
Boo.
Uh-uh.
Boo.
And you're pretty popular in the raccoon community, babe.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Why? What did you see?
Hmm?
What did you see?
What did I see? I saw
Yeah.
you having the zoomies. I saw
What you
that
see?
one of our sexy videos got leaked.
I
Well, a
was
few
gonna
of them
say
actually.
that. Did you see me at the
Yes.
grocery store?
Yeah, you you were at the grocery store in the shopping cart when you saw
Yes.
1212 and you got exhausted.
Yes.
Yeah, you
And
fell
then I
over
made a new
in
friend.
the cart. Huh?
I say, did you see me make a new friend?
Make a new friend.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Uh,
Your
did you
tone
send
changed.
it?
Don't get mad. Yeah.
You
It's
sent me the
that
video?
same one. Yeah, it's the next
Did I have
slide.
to swipe?
Yeah.
And I don't even have my phone. It's charging. Oh
Oh,
my
it's fine.
gosh.
It's fine. It's fine.
Mm. Well,
You watch
who
it
is?
later.
Tell me who your new friend is.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you know that
No.
tone.
I know.
You know
What
that
happened?
tone.
What happened?
You tell me what happened. Tell me about your new friend.
Nothing. We
Hmm.
just smelled each other and that was
Mm?
it.
Oh my
You know how we do.
gosh. Wait. That's how you and I got connected. and we got
Uh-oh.
and we got stuck.
Are we gonna talk about that here? Or are we
I
gonna do a
know,
whole
no,
show?
no.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we'll talk about it in our OnlyFans because yo, it's probably somebody's fetish to watch us get stuck.
Yeah.
And we have to wait the full 45 minutes to get detached. You want to tell them about that? That I mean,
No,
is
that's
it
why I
a
was asking
no?
if
No, no, no,
I
no,
thought
no,
we
no,
were gonna
no.
do a whole show. What?
No, when you were researching why animals get stuck, and remember we were
Yeah.
gonna talk about it like 2, 3 episodes ago.
Well, it's on the list of the episodes that we were gonna do.
Well, do you wanna talk about it right now, or you want me to get into the like, hi babe, how are you?
And action. No, I don't know. You know what? I didn't turn on my fan today because it's kind of cool and whatever. But now I'm hot. Thanks, babe. See what you did.
You said that you're hot. Was that because of
Yeah, I'm
me?
getting hot. Yes,
Mm.
yes,
You thinking about all the times that we got stuck.
yeah.
I'm sorry,
We
but
got
that
stuck this
shit's
morning.
funny to me.
I
I'll say what, baby?
say we got stuck this morning. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, we did.
Should I turn on my fan? That's the question.
Mm,
No, I'll put up with the heat. It's fine. It's
mm,
fine.
it's fine.
Yes. So how are you, babe?
I'm good. I feel really great, and I think it was because I put when I was painting, or when I was done painting. I'm constantly, and I know this is bad, but like I'm constantly like straining my eyes a little bit while I'm painting,
Hmm.
and so it starts to like bother me, right? And remember
Yeah.
you left my Ninja Turtle mask in the fridge,
Yeah.
and on the directions it says that you're only supposed to leave it in there for like 30 minutes. And remember, you put it back in the fridge like days ago and then you left. And I was like, hey, like, where's my mask? You're like, oh, I put it back in the fridge. And I was like,
I
oh
put it
my God.
I
Huh?
put it in the freezer, which I didn't know that. I guess you're not supposed to do. I don't know. It seemed fine to me. But I put it in the freezer, and then you were like, "No, it doesn't go in the freezer." So I put it back in the fridge, and then I guess it's been there since.
Oh my gosh,
It's
I was
fine.
freaking out. I mean, I know I got it from the dollar store, so it shouldn't be like that bad, right? And I was like, "Oh my God, it's a Dollar Tree item.
Yeah.
It's ruined, you know?" So I
No,
was
but you know
like,
why? You know why you're not supposed to put it in the freezer?
"Why?"
Because when you put it on your skin, it's gonna damage your skin because it's too cold. You know how, like
Mm.
if you put a
But
uh
what about booty cheek? Isn't that wouldn't that be the same thing? Because I'm putting it over my eyes and my forehead. Or
no,
is
but the
it the
material is
material?
different.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that material is what, like a beanie. The
Mm, oh, the booty cheek?
It's a cloth, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a thermal material,
Oh, okay.
like
Yeah, and
breathable.
the other one's plastic, so the plastic is gonna hurt cause your freaking skin around your eye is sensitive.
Well, if you guys look at your screen, this was
What?
me. Look at for an entire hour. Yes.
The pink Ninja Turtle.
Yes, I'm gonna add my my photo to this to this
Yes,
photo.
do it.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it was
Photoshop
so
it.
nice. Hmm?
Photoshop it. Photoshop yourself into that. Didn't they have a female in the crew?
Yeah, she was a pink one, but I don't even know her story. I don't know where she came from, but I'm not buying it. I don't know if she was a sister of theirs or if she was
Like,
like adopted or like if she was just trying to get them all horned up. I'm not buying it. She's not a Ninja Turtle in my book. I don't know the story.
111, 111, 111, 111. It's
Yes.
111.
Yay. We caught it. Everybody,
Yeah,
look at your cell phone and look at the time 111. It's good luck.
but they're probably in a different timeline.
In what?
What if, what if they're in a different time zone? I said timeline, didn't I? Ooh,
Oh, is
that's a
something coming
glitchy.
up on your timeline?
Yes,
Something gonna be added to the timeline?
yes,
OMG.
it's coming.
Uh-oh.
Now I'm thinking.
So vote for Adi for your favorite Ninja Turtle.
Is that
Yes.
do you not like the pink Ninja Turtle? Like the baby from what was it called? The Berenstain Bears story.
Yeah, our son doesn't like Honey Bear. I guess that's the name of the baby, Honey
Honey
Bear.
Bear.
Yeah, Bam Bam
Boo.
doesn't like Honey Bear because every time like we're like just browsing through the kids section at Dollar Tree, they still have Bernstein Bear items. Like they don't have like the books. They just have like the coloring books or like little puzzles or posters. And
Ooh, I
I'm
want a
always like
puzzle.
looking and I'm like, son, like, they have like Bernstein Bear, and then he'll come running up, and then he'll be like, "It's the baby Dale." And yeah, he'll just like walk away, like he's like, "No, I'm not into that." Even at the library, like, I already told you about it, but yeah, like we got all the Bernstein Bear books that didn't have Honey Bear in it, and like every time I try to talk to him, like, oh, let's just read this one, like it's okay, and then he just has no interest, and he's already walking out the door of the library, and it's like, wait, I gotta check out. So yeah, he doesn't like Honey Bear.
Such a good boy.
Mm-hmm. Well, and we talked about this like privately, you and I. We never really like talked about it like on the show, but um I grew up to the Bernstein Bears. It was not the Bernstein Bears, and that's the
Mhm.
whole Mandela effect, or the Matrix or whatever. um but the Bernstein Bear books, they were written and illustrated by Stan and Jan Bernstein. When the husband passed away, I think it was their son that took over with his mother, I'm guessing. Because ever since the husband died, the Bernstein Bear books turned uh religious.
Religious.
So, like, after he passed away, like, the Bernstein Bears were talking about, like, God and, things like that, their faith. And with this new baby that Mama and Papa Bear had, named Honey Bear. And the books just entirely, they just changed entirely. And I think, and I mean, okay, I'm just gonna say it. I don't think our son likes Honey Bear and the new Bernstein Bear books because it's religion based.
Mm.
And, and I'm not. Again, a lot of people are gonna think that our children are demon babies, and
Babies.
it's babies. Hey baby,
Baby
hey
kids.
baby, hey baby, hey baby. But yeah, I just think that's what it is. And not only that, I think he's also just used to just it being Mama Bear, Papa Bear, Sister Bear, and Brother Bear. And he doesn't
Mm.
like anything new, and in that way he's a lot like me, because I don't like sequels, like the Ninja Turtles, right? Like, they brought in a girl, right? Maybe they were, I don't know what the creators were thinking. Maybe they thought it would be interesting to bring in a female turtle, uh just to kind of give it a little bit more, maybe to get little girls involved in, or start liking the Ninja Turtles. I
Yeah.
don't know, but to kind of broaden their audience. But I'm not interested in sequels. There's some sequels that I'm okay with. Like, I kind of don't like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Part 2, because the turtles' face expressions were a lot more different and they looked a lot more creepier. um, let's see what else. Like the Mummy was pretty good, but when they came out with the sequel, it was like, of course they're gonna throw another female in there to help assist the bad guy. Of course, you throw pussy in there, and everybody's like, oh shit, like, Himotep, Himotep, trying to hit it, Um,
Okay.
what? Hemotep? Oh my god. But I'm just not into sequels. Like, it just kind of ruins everything, in my opinion.
So, what's the difference between like a sequel, which is what, like a part two, or
Mm-hmm.
is a sequel like, let's say you have a trilogy, so it's not even named like part two. It's just a continuation of the series or the trilogy. Is there a difference, or is still a
Mm,
sequel? Is still a continuation?
I'm not sure. I don't
I'll
know
have
what
to
it is,
research
because
it.
each one, each thing is either gonna be a continuance, or it's gonna be like completely different. Especially like if there's like years in between, like it's different than like a ongoing, like, episode, or you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
It's gonna
That's
be
what I'm saying. Like, I
different.
think because wasn't it Back to the Future almost like back to back to back, right? It was a continuation. It wasn't like years later this happened.
Mhm.
And that was a trilogy. So I don't know. There has to be a difference between part two or I mean a sequel. What did we say? Part two and a sequel.
Mhm.
And that kind of brings us into the movie stuff. I was doing my research for the movies that I liked or that had changed something for me in my personal life. And well, first of all, I didn't know that this was part of a trilogy, but that movie Split. Have I ever? I know I've talked to you about it, but I don't think that you've seen it.
No, I
Have you
haven't.
seen it?
No.
Well, I have it. I think. Damn it! Where did I see that they have it? I'm not sure if it's Tubi or Prime. I think it's free right now to watch, so we should watch it, or at least you should watch it when you have free time. But Split is a part two, I think, or a continuation, sequel, whatever you want to call it, of the Unbreakable and Glass, which are psychological thrillers. Which that's the type of movies that are like what psychological thrillers,
When you say
thriller,
thriller, say it again.
thriller. No, see, because now I'm trying to say it the right way or
I'm
your
sorry. I'm
way.
sorry. I'm
That's the
sorry.
way that you say it.
I say it
Thriller.
normal. I say
No, I
thrillers.
see.
You're like
And how?
thrillers. Thrillers.
No, I don't think it's a double L. I think it's the ER and stuff.
Thrillers.
Thriller, dollar.
But no, go ahead. Go
Dollar
ahead.
is the one
Sorry.
that throws me off.
Yeah, my bad.
No, but that's a good series. You should watch it, or at least watch Split. Split is the best one in my opinion. And
Split or splits?
yes, Split like split
Split.
personality.
Oh, okay.
You should watch that. It's freaking
Well, I'll
good.
try to watch it over the weekend and then maybe we'll talk about it on Monday.
Yeah,
Maybe. I don't know.
maybe.
Maybe.
But do you have do you have well, is there a movie that just kind of okay, so what I mean by changed my perspective or the way that I interpret it, not just the spiritual stuff because remember way back in the day when I would see and hear things, I thought it was normal at first when I was like a really young kid. I thought it was normal. And then I would hear people talk about my imaginary friend and I would see that in shows or movies and I was like, oh, okay, so it's normal. I don't think I ever had like one specific imaginary friend, but I would see things and I would hear people and shit like that. So I thought it was normal. So then when I watched, I don't remember as a kid watching a movie thinking, oh shit, that's what that made sense to me. Like that explains it to me. But as an adult, um, there was a was it civil I think, where the girl I think she has multiple personalities or her mom does or something like that. I just remember watching it and thinking, oh shit, like is that what I have? If
Mm.
anybody, have you ever watched Civil? It's an old
No.
movie, but I don't remember what year it
No,
came out.
I know the TV show Sybil, but no, there's two totally different things.
Yeah, it's a movie, and it's
Yeah,
I
nuh-uh.
think she talks about how her mom used to torture her, and I think the mom's the one that had the personalities, but it's almost the same thing as Split. Split is a movie about multiple personalities and dissociative disorder and shit like that. So I was like, oh shit, like I identified with that because I thought, well, for other reasons too, but I thought that makes sense to me. It's almost like an explanation of what I've been dealing with my entire life. And then um there was like I don't know, I've always just been into like movies that make me think and then movies that I can relate to when it comes to like the supernatural or um what the paranormal because I think like Paranormal Activity, that movie, I watched the first one and that was it. I never watched the other ones because that one freaked me the fuck out. But Um, it wasn't because, oh, it's a scary movie. I don't like. I've watched gory movies and shit like that. They really don't make a difference to me. But it's the psychological ones, the ones that make you think, and the ones that I I identify with because I've seen shit. I've seen ghosts or spirits or shadows and shit like that. And so when I watched Paranormal Activity, I was like, fuck that. I'm not watching this shit. Because it does trigger something. It triggers memories of when I was growing up and I would see and feel things, and I was like, not necessarily scared, but it wasn't something that I could explain to myself. So it never made sense. And then that one movie, we recently talked about it, or at least mentioned it to ourselves. Wasn't it what was it? The Blair Witch Project. That one
Mm-hmm.
has a specific scene in it, and that one, again, I don't think it was a scary movie. I don't think it was intended to be a scary movie. But to me, that last scene, I was like, oh shit, because that's something that I've seen before. That's something
Mm-hmm.
that I've felt before. So that's what triggered my not fear, because I don't fear it, but it's just like I don't want to. I don't want to see that. It made it too real, which then made me realize like these these not producers, who, what are they called, what's their title, the ones that write the movies, the ones that these movies come from, is it the screenwriter,
Yeah.
the screenwriter,
Mm-hmm.
or I don't think it's the director. I think the directors just bring it to life, right, or something like that. I don't know, but
Yeah,
whoever
pretty
writes
much.
the
Yeah.
stories, I was
Mm-hmm.
like, these people need to be checked out. Because I don't know if these things just come to them in a dream and they're like, oh shit, I should write a movie about that. Or if it's something that they've experienced before. Or if it's something that, they heard someone talk about. But some of those things are scary as shit. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if you want to talk about your list before we get into the list because, like I said, some of those things they're not. I don't know, people watch these movies and they're like, oh, it's just a movie. Like, stuff like that doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, um, it's meant to scare us, but they do exist, and it is scary, kind of. I think at this point I'm just used to it now. It doesn't scare me. But do you have a list of movies that made you realize, like, oh shit, not only am I not alone, but it's real?
Yeah, there's a few movies, but I think the ones that bring me more validation are like the TV shows like Ghost Adventures. Only because they come with history, they come with like documentaries. They they not only like step into the world or like spiritual realms, because they'll interview like like witch doctors, wizards, people that do voodoo, so but it's not just that, but it's also like they're also bringing in like the scientific side of what is this, like they're
Hmm.
debunking all of the things. They're trying to make sense, they're using equipment, but they're also like um they're seeing shit with their own eyes. They're hearing stuff. There are like attacks where they're like, they're getting scratched, or their anxiety levels get really high and they're just like, oh my god, it felt like I was gonna die. It felt like, or things like that. And for me, it's always, every time it happened to me, like who's gonna believe you? Well, okay, for me it wasn't like who's gonna believe you, but like who's gonna listen to me, because I was nobody's friend. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like I was alone experiencing these things, and it was almost like, especially when I was a child, it it made me feel like, okay, um my even if I tell my parents, they're not gonna know what to say or how to explain it if our beliefs don't believe in those things. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So, obviously in my culture, it's not a religion, it's just a lifestyle. It's just living the old ways, living old, simple ways, right? Um, and for us, it's just all about nature. A lot of people call it, paganist or, whatever. But, for us, we don't, our culture and our background isn't about demons or devils, right? But here I am in from that background, the spiritual background, not the religious background, but I'm seeing religious things.
mm,
So I was intrigued when, like, I had my friend, she lived across the street from me. um she will always carry around this like pocket sized Bible, and she would read stories. Like, it wasn't like she was like, praying over me or anything like that, but she would tell me about like the stories and stuff. And every time that she would like read like stories from the Bible, it was almost like I recognized the things that she was talking about. I'm talking
mm,
about, like, things, whether they're like little demons or, whatever. And it was like, okay, like, how could I explain this? And I felt like as a child, I was too far in, too far deep. Uh, and there was just no way that I could explain it to anyone because she was my only friend. And if I told her, like, uh, yo, like, I'm seeing demons and stuff, I think she would have taken it like, you need to go to church with me. Or, she would tell her parents, or, and then they would like try to, like, cleanse me, or, like, it
yeah.
was like a scary thing for me to come out, because I would feel like, okay, does that make me a bad person because I'm seeing these things?
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. Like, watching these movies is like, okay, when people watch those movies and they believe it in the movie, but they're like, yeah, it's just a movie though. And I'm sitting there like, no, it's not. It happens. How do you tell
Mm-hmm.
people? Because it's not even the events that scare me. Again, I'm not afraid. I've never told anyone because I'm like, I know that they're gonna say that I'm crazy. I feel like I'm crazy, so I'm just not gonna say anything.
Mm-hmm.
But they believe it in the movies, but they don't believe in it happening in real life.
I was
So,
always afraid to say something because it was like, oh, Adi's just trying to get attention because Adi doesn't have any friends. She's weird. She doesn't
mm,
talk. She doesn't get involved in anything. So it was like, this is too strange. This is something that kids aren't exposed to. Like, we're not taught these bad things this horrific. So it's like,
mm,
and any adult, I would think, or I would hope, they would wonder, like, yo, like, my kid is too young to be talking about this. What's bothering or what's attached to my kid? And
I don't think
even when I
people.
came out with my abilities, I even told my parents about it and they didn't know what to do. And this was when I was like mid adult, where I was telling them, like, hey, like, I got something to tell you guys. And they didn't know what to do with it, because obviously I wasn't taught this. And it's like, okay, now that I have it, now that you guys know I have it, what do I do with it? And we were pretty clueless as to what to do.
Yeah,
And the only thing that I found comfort, because it was like, okay, who's going to tell me about these things, or who's going to teach me how to do these things properly? I didn't have anyone in my life that I could go to. And I felt like I couldn't go to a medicine man because when I did tell him about it, he was just like, okay. Like, he didn't really have any answers for me. So for me, I just had to be like, okay, I think because I was born with it, I have to kind of figure it out on my own. Like, I didn't take it as a diss or anything. Like, it was just like, okay, well, it's maybe it's not his place to teach me. So the only thing that I felt that I could relate to was TV shows like, Ghost Adventures. Um, of course, my brother introduced me to the movie The Exorcist. Every time I seen movies like Poltergeist or um, shit like that, everything just seemed like familiar. It wasn't like I had a
Mm-hmm.
curiosity of like, oh, I want to see that. I want to be scared, like I want
Yeah.
something to stare at. Because kids, when we see something, we stare at it for a long time until our parents say, "Hey, it's not nice to stare." But for me, it wasn't like that. Like, it was just, like the movie Pumpkinhead, or, Freddy Krueger, where the motherfucker comes in your dreams and shit. And,
Mm-hmm.
I had no interest in that. The only reason, or the why I was able to watch them, was because of my brothers. They were the ones that were bringing these movies into the house. And when I was watching it, I was just kind of like, yeah, I could see that happening. So it was almost like I was working already
Mm-hmm.
as a kid, but it was just understanding that, okay, uh not so much as these movies trying to put the idea in your head, but for me it was like, that's very unlikely, or I don't see that happening, or oh shit, I've seen that before, and you just kept it to yourself. You don't say anything else about it. You just watch the movie, or your parents get mad at you, like, oh, you shouldn't be watching this movie. It's too scary. But it's just like that. And I know I'm dragging this out a little bit longer, but I know I talked about when I was a kid, I was scared of the dark. One night I woke up and it was dark in the house. And I remember stepping out of my bedroom, and because I heard drums, like someone drumming on the drum. And I stepped out of my room, all the lights were off. And this is so crazy because as a kid, I'm scared of the dark. The first thing I do, I'm going to turn on the light, or I'm going to sleep with the light on. But I think I've said before that when you allow your spiritual self to take complete, like, control of you, you you kind of forget your fears, because it's like you're allowing your spiritual self to fully see, right? Like, you're just not scared of anything. So I believe that's what happened when I was a kid. When I woke up, all the lights were off and I wasn't even scared, which was a big surprise. But I heard drumming. I came out of my room and I looked into the middle of the living room, and I seen my granddad sitting on a chair. He was drumming on the drum, and all of this was in the dark, but I could tell that it was my
Mm-hmm.
granddad that was drumming on the drum. And right on the other side of him, next to him, my mom was dancing to the drum in our traditional dance. And he was drumming at a steady pace, but he started to drum on the drum, faster. And the more faster that he did it, my mom was trying to keep up with the you know the fast
Yeah.
pace of the drum. And I was like, "Mom," like, I was trying to talk to her, but she looked like she was in a daze. So that tells me as an adult, cuz I didn't understand it as a kid. The only thing that I remember was I kept looking at my granddad like, what were you guys doing in the middle of the night? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I was a quiet kid. You never ask questions. You never pester your parents. You know, you just do what the adults say and you mind your own business. So
Mm.
I never asked anything, but when I accepted my abilities, I was like, my grandpa has been controlling my mother long before I was born. So
Mm.
he's been controlling my mother spiritually through the drum and through songs. So,
Mm.
and the reason why I'm talking about this is because it takes me right back to Freddy Krueger. Because remember when the dude like went into his sister's bedroom and she's fucking jump roping in the fucking dark, singing a creepy ass fucking song? That's what it
Mm.
felt like. Like I was waking up to something happening that was so tripped out and so unexplained. You can't explain it, and you don't know if you should intervene, if you should be like, hey, what the fuck are you doing, get your ass to bed, or like, mom, like, what are you guys doing, like me running up on them when I'm just a quiet child. Like I don't know what's going
Mm.
on, it's none of my business, but maybe they're just doing something in the traditional way that they had to, and I know better to interrupt spiritual stuff that happens. So
Mm.
that's why when I was waking up in the middle of the night, it was like that dude in Freddy Krueger waking up in the middle of the night, hearing his sister singing a creepy ass song, jump roping. So that's
Mm.
it. If I could set the scene for you guys, what happened to me, that's in a modern way, in a modern movie, that's what it looked and felt like.
Yeah.
Sorry, I took over, but
No, it's fine.
yeah, it's creepy, it's scary, and I still take that with me because you know my grandfather has been doing that, and ever since I accepted my abilities, when he knew that I was protecting my mother, he would treat my mother even more mean. My granddad, he's not here anymore, like he passed away years ago, but because he's been controlling my mother, hurting my mother without touching her, because everything is done spiritual. These are spiritual attacks. And my mom, let's just say that she still has and carries those emotional and physical damages because he's been doing that. And she still lives with
Mm.
those issues to this day. So every time I look at my mother, I'm reminded of the fuck shit that he did to my mother that I've been seeing him doing to her ever since I was a child, but I was too quiet to have said or done anything. So, yesterday, in yesterday's episode, you said, oh, I feel like because, I complained about, trying to do things for my community and trying to get, things done in the community. I've been calling and bugging and things like that. You do feel responsible that the reason why your neighbor passed away was because of you. That you've been pestering them too much to do things around the community, that they just delayed the ambulance, the fire department, the police, everything, and you feel like the blood is on your hands. I feel the same thing with my mother.
Mm.
I feel like every time I look at her, I'm just so sorry that she has the complications that she has, and I do blame myself because there were some things that she wanted to get done, and I just sat in the hospital lobby while she was going through those things and just feeling like I don't think she should be doing this, but she's already on the operating table. And as soon as she comes out, she came out worse. And that was because I didn't follow my spiritual instincts. That's why I tell you not to do that.
Yeah.
If any of you guys have any, like, anything in your gut that's telling you that it just doesn't feel right, follow your gut.
Yeah.
Because,
Follow your intuition.
yes, because I feel like I could have saved my mother. And I was in that lobby, like just knowing and feeling that it wasn't gonna work. That she wasn't gonna get better, she was gonna get worse. So, I cry to her every now and then, like telling, because when my mom, she's like, oh, I wish I could, still drive. I wish I could still do this. And I do blame myself because she is a very strong willed person. She's very persistent. She's not afraid. Like she puts things in motion. Like she'll speak up, she'll argue with a motherfucker and be like, why is this like this? Why is this like that? And the only thing she can do is speak and talk and debate and discuss and argue. But she feels like she could be taking a lot more action physically if she could just do, or get past or get better.
Yeah.
And it sucks that we have to tell her, no mom, you can't, like, take a rest, take it easy, and she doesn't want to hear that. But I know we're going off of like movies and stuff, but I'm just bringing it because it did feel like a Freddy Krueger scene.
Yeah. You know what's there was a movie that I thought about when you said Freddy Krueger. Oh, Inception. Because in Inception, um, I forgot his name. I know it's Leonardo DiCaprio, the one that plays the guy, but he controls people and he takes things from people in their dreams. And even though that's not like a Freddy Krueger type scary guy looking thing, it's still the same type of story. So Inception was more of a mind, psychological movie to me, but it was still kind of the same thing. So I like Inception more than I like Freddy Krueger. Growing up, yeah, I did watch the Freddy Krueger movies and stuff, Nightmare on Elm Street. There's this one, I think it's part three, the one with the school bus and the shower where it's all blood and shit. But yeah, those are gory movies that I'm like, yeah, I've seen that before. It's not that scary. I know that those things are meant to um spark fear in people, in the viewers, but the ones that the psychological ones, those are the ones that I'm like, oh shit, because controlling someone's mind or um psychologically attacking someone, kind of like the spiritual attacks, it's stronger. It leaves like imagine you make someone feel or make them think that they're crazy. You already control them because then they question their reality all the time. So in that one movie, I don't know if anybody out there has seen it. I think I watched it with you, babe. It's Shutter Island.
Oh yeah, I love that movie.
So that one's the same kind of movie as Breaking Dawn, the one that I keep talking about that I can't find anywhere. If anybody finds it online that I can stream it, let me know. I bought the DVD and I forgot to take it with me when we went to your house. But Breaking Dawn, Shutter Island, the one that we watched too with Johnny Depp, The Secret Window. Those movies
I
to
love
me are like,
those.
oh shit, yes,
Yeah, I love those movies. Yup.
because I've seen shit like that. I've experienced times where I was like, am I just fucking crazy? Am I making this shit up? Is my mind just playing tricks on me? Like, how do I tell someone that, hey, like, even now when things happen that, sometimes I feel or hear an airplane and I'm like, oh shit, there's gonna be an airplane crash. And then I see shit in the news and I send it to you and I'm like, see, babe, it's almost like a prediction, but at the same time, how do I tell people that without sounding crazy? Because
Yeah, then
it
they'll
is
be knocking
something,
on your door like, "What do you have to do with this plane crash?"
right, right. And it's like, just recently, I told you when I had that dream about the airplane, the the biggest or the thing that stood out to me was the landing gear, the wheels. And then two incidents happened that just recently they happened where two airplanes had trouble with their landing gear. One I think exploded and the other one just fell off or something like that. But I was like, oh shit, was that a prediction? Like times where I feel like there's gonna be an earthquake and I tell you about it, but and then it happens and I'm like, oh shit, did I predict that? Like it makes me sound and feel crazy. It makes it sound like I'm like if I really had the ability to make things happen, I would, and not in that way. Like I get nothing out of causing an earthquake. I get nothing out of causing an airplane crash. If I was gonna use those abilities, if I had those abilities to make shit happen, then I would do it for the good. But yeah, these movies are. I like these type of movies more than like gory shit. I've seen like what is it? Carrie,
Mhm.
Carrie.
I love
Um,
Carrie.
what's another gory movie? The Ring. Is it? There was this one movie. I don't remember what the name is, but it was a scene where they were in a cave, and I think it's called The Falling. But they were in a cave, and then the girls out like dripping in blood and shit. Like, I think it is The Falling. You should
Like
watch that
time of the
one too.
month, huh?
No, not even like somebody up in the cave got killed or some shit, and then she came out of like it was supposed to be like this heat what are those called? A hot spring,
Mm.
and she came out of the water and all blood and shit, and I was like, holy shit!
Mm.
But yeah, like those gory shit. I don't know. Would you say that Saw those Saw movies
Yeah, I
are
like
gory?
Saw. Yeah.
But are
Say
they
what?
gory
Are
or are they psychological
it's
thrillers?
psychological. Because it teaches people a lesson. That's what I like about it. Yeah, it's kind of fucked up, but it's like, yo, you chose that life. You chose not to speak up and say something. You let something happen, and you have a chance to change it. You have a chance to turn it
Yeah.
around. And some people, they just, I think the lesson is to not hang on to shit. It's just be a better person. When you see something fucked up, like speak up, say something. Um, it's true to me. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like fucked up, but it's like what's even more fucked up is the person allowing bullshit to happen, or it's the choices that you make. And it's like, you shouldn't feel no type of way, being thrown in a ditch with a nothing but what are those called? The insulin, what are those things where it gives you the shots?
Syringe.
Syringes. Yeah, like there was a pit full of syringes, and I don't know if they were all used, but like he threw someone in there, and because the bitch was shooting up.
No.
And and I guess he was like, if you want to get saved or rescued, you got to find this a particular syringe that will like save your life or something. And she and all of these needles were poking her and shit like that, and it's just like, well, you've been doing it, so why
Yeah.
you so scared, um and yeah, it is fucked up, but I do enjoy that type of, like, yeah, like those are the consequences. You got away with it. You were living all these years not saying nothing about it, and now look at you. You got caught up, you got captured, and you gotta like see how strong you are to survive it, because there has to be some kind of justice.
Yeah. There's but see, for me, those movies, the Saw movies, it's somebody doing it to them. So it's almost like Dexter. Dexter thought, or he was taking justice into his own hands. He was like, oh well, if I kill a bad person, then I'm doing something good, and they get their karma. But movies like Birds. Have you ever seen Birds?
No.
Stephen King, I think it is. Well,
Mm-mm.
birds is something like unexplained, but it happens. That's to me like Mother Nature making you pay for the shit that you've done. Like just movies like that. That's the type of shit that I grew up with, and a lot of times people would be like, "Oh, you should watch like The Exorcist," right? Because everybody's like, "Oh, that really does happen, or it really did happen. That's a true story." And it's like, I know it is. I know there's people that are possessed, and you just don't know it. And I
Exactly.
think those movies like that, like obviously, it's a scary thing to watch someone be possessed by something. That's the whole point of the movie, is to scare you. But how many people do we know that are possessed, that that type of shit happens to all the time? They have these weird thoughts or dreams, or like people with PTSD, and people that we see out in the street that we're like, oh, they're just crazy. But we don't even think about like the shit that they're dealing with in their mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, just movies like Children of the Corn. Like to me, I don't remember there being scenes where it's like blood and all kinds of gore. It was
What about the one where
more,
the man was in the church and then that kid was carving and that guy started getting a nosebleed in the middle of church?
yeah. Was that the
Because
Omen?
no, it was Children of the
What
Corn.
movie? Oh, Children of the Corn. Okay, but there was many of them. No, I don't remember. I just
Yeah, there
remember
there was a
watching the
few.
few. I remember the cornfield. I was like, I'm never going into a cornfield. But
Well,
why? Like,
we own a
I don't.
cornfield, babe. So
Well,
you'll be
I
fine.
know my grandparents did too, and I was like, I'm not going in there. But it's like, why? I've seen worse shit in the city. I've seen worse shit in my fucking living room, and I'm like, that that's not scary. But yeah, I just feel like that. But I don't know. As far as those type of movies, like Seven, to me that was a psychological movie. And last night I had a dream that kind of made me feel like I was watching that movie, which is weird because this morning, um, I was like, this show was not the plan, I guess. So I don't know why I had that dream where it made me feel like I was watching that movie Seven.
Hmm.
But have you ever
Interesting.
seen that one?
No. All
Pretty
the
good.
movies that see, I feel like when people are like, oh, like how you were the other day when I told you that I never seen a Titanic, and you're like, what? And it's like,
Yeah, that's how I feel too with like the movies that you show me, like Kill Bill. Yeah, I've heard of it. I've fucking sing that or whistle that
yeah,
theme all the
he
time,
does.
but I had never seen it. Like Jackie Chan
Mm,
movies and fucking what's that other guy? What's his name?
Bruce
Something
Lee.
Lee.
Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee. There you go. Like I've never seen those movies, but I already know them. And it's like I don't know. I've never watched The Exorcist. I've never. I watched, what is it called? Something, the horror of Amityville, one
mm.
time, and those are classic movies that people are like, "Oh, have you ever seen it?" Like I watched Psycho last year. How long has that movie been out? Like freaking centuries. I don't know. It's just I'm not. To me, when I watch those type of movies, it's more of what you said the word earlier. See, I feel like my brain is all weird today. I have a headache. That's probably why.
Oh no, you want to cut the show?
No, because
No.
now I'm thinking validation. Validation. Those movies are just validation to me. It's like, oh, okay, I'm not crazy. Those things do happen. There's people that experience the same thing. And I look at the person that wrote the movie, the one that came up with the story.
Yeah, they're
That's the
psycho.
person that I want to. Why?
Well, not
Maybe
that
they
they're
have spiritual
psycho,
abilities.
but well, that's what I'm saying. Like they know something from somewhere. Somebody told them or they witnessed something, and the best way that they can express it is through a movie or a documentary or a book or like a painting, a sketch. Um,
Hmm.
but it's yeah, like I do question shit like that, like when it comes to people, because I've said this before. It's like a lot of people are coming out with TikToks and things talking about like, oh, where did this director or screenplay writer come up with this shit, and then they go into this rabbit hole about their their lives, right? And then it's like,
Mm.
okay, well, no one gave them like a clinical evaluation, or of because obviously it's trauma. That's
Yeah.
where that shit comes from, especially when they go into like their earlier childhood. And then it's like, okay, well, I could kind of understand um why they're so successful. And
Yeah.
sometimes it is making deals with I guess, for instance, like the devil, or making deals with, hey, if you I forgot who it was. I think I told you about it one time, and then you were like, oh, I think that's so and so, where the guy was like, he made a movie, or he wrote a book, and I guess uh he made a deal, and they said that, okay, if you write this movie, or if you write this book, you can't leave the state of whatever state he was living in, or
Mm.
else he would die. And he was like, okay, cool. Like,
Yeah.
because it was like he made his millions or whatever off of that particular thing. And then it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna live comfortably in my home in this state. I'm never leaving. I'm not gonna be doing any interviews in New York or California, or
Yeah.
and it is like, okay, like, where does that come from, or are we not allowed to know? Because if we're not allowed to know, then that's something that I could respect, because that would tell me that that comes from a spiritual place. And
Mm.
sometimes you just can't, like, there are things that you should just leave alone. Like, if that's his contract, then that's his contract. But
Do you think that he did it for just to get that story out though, or do you think it's like I just want the money, I don't care? Or is it one of those things where it's like this story is important to be out there, and if I can't talk about anything else, I can't write anything else, then fine.
I have no idea. I don't know. I mean, because either way, it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
It's like, if you feel like this is something that's going to change the world, then we'll help you change the world by publishing it. You just can't leave the state. Or it's like, okay, if you want fame and fortune, and you want to be a well-known famous author, or
Yeah.
artist, or producer, director, whatever,
Screenwriter. Yeah.
then you can't leave. But here's your millions. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, well, I'm cool. Like, I'm just gonna stay here, stay back, and just write. So, yeah, I don't know. But like I said, everything makes sense to me if, you can drop, um, ideas, and it would all make sense to me. Like, oh, okay, well, you know what? Bottom line is, we don't know. We don't know if he's gonna say it. We don't even know if it came out. I don't even know
Mhm.
what dude this is to find that
You don't even know who you're
information.
talking about.
Right. But I remember it
It's
though.
me,
Like,
babe.
oh no.
It's me. You tell me to write all the time. Imagine if I actually wrote all the shit that I know and all
I'm
the shit that I've
still,
seen.
yo, you guys that are listening live, even if this is on a playback, get in the comments and tell Rob to fucking write, because he's a great writer. And I tell him all the time, like, baby, write. Just write. Even when he was here, I was like, babe, I'm gonna be working on my curriculums or whatever. Like, I'm gonna take care of some things, you know, on the computer. We can go kick it at Starbucks or McDonald's or Burger King or wherever. We can just chill. And I could do my shit, and you could just be in your journal or be on your laptop writing. Like, just write. And I don't know why he does and he don't do it. So get in the chat, tell him,
I
like,
did
hey,
one
Rob,
time
write.
for you.
And no, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Remember the cube story?
Oh my god, that was so sick. What? See, why don't you publish that? Oh my god. He was sending me like chapters. And let me tell you something. Chapters, they don't have to be 10, 12, 50, fucking pages long. They could just be like a page, and that could be called a chapter. It's your book. You can call it whatever, right? This
Uh-huh.
guy, he was sending me like chapters, and it was so sweet because he was making me like part like a character in the story, and like it was just it was like what do
A
you
short
call it?
story.
It was a short story, but it could have been like what do they call it, young reads or young adult reads,
Wow.
but
Like,
like I'm talking like goosebumps. You know how R.L. Stein, like he kind of branched out from adult horrors
mhm.
to like young adults.
Yeah.
This one was like, Rob's really good at young adult, like mystery. It was a mystery. And I was like, baby, like you need to get this out there. Oh my gosh. And let me ask you, sir, where
Mhm.
is that book?
The book or that story?
The book. It's with
I
the
don't have a
story.
book.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
in my
Okay,
notes.
that's a book. That's a book, babe.
It's in my notes. Maybe. I probably
Oh my
deleted it.
god. You better not have. I still
It's
have the
in.
screenshots.
You
Oh
still
my
have the
god.
story in your email. I think I sent it to you in the email.
Oh my gosh. Tell him to publish it. Drop it in the chat, or you can buy his merch. Buy his merch with his Twitter X handle on it. It's on the screen. I'm gonna drop, well, the link to his merch is in the description already, but shop his merch. It has his Twitter X handle on there. And if you guys don't want to drop it in the chat on this live or on the playback, hit him up on X and tell his ass to publish the book.
I don't even
Okay.
remember what I called it. Was it the cube? The box? The chair? I remember it. It was a white barrel chair. A dingy
Oh
off
my
white.
gosh. It was a good read. It really was. And I like how he like gets straight to the point. Like he's I don't know. Like there's some readers. There's some writers that actually like they describe every little thing. And
Yeah.
Rob, the way that he writes, it's like he sets the whole scene in like less than a paragraph. And you're like already there. Like you already like picture how the entire apartment looks.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, bet.
I surprised myself with that one. I've read them before, and of course I don't share it with anyone, but I've read them before, and I'm like, what the hell am I even talking about? I think that it's too long or whatever. So this one, it was like, oh shit, okay. Like it kind of had to me the feel of, what was it? The Spider-Man movie, the first one, the Tobey Maguire. Maguire. I had
I
that.
have no idea.
You don't know Spider-Man?
Mm-mm. No.
Like, kind of had that. Like he didn't know that it was him, I guess, or that he would turn into it. Something like that. I don't know. I just kind of had that feel to me, but I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll write it.
To hear him,
You're
he
like, oh
said
my
maybe.
god.
Ugh, whatever.
I'm gonna write a psychological thriller.
Yes.
I think it's already been done though. It's everything that I could ever think of has already been done.
I
So,
seriously doubt it. I
ooh, I'm
doubt it.
getting an idea.
Ooh, write it down. OnlyFans.
OnlyFans exclusively on OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I am
You
gonna
know
write
what?
it
You
down.
should do what I told you to do a few months ago. I'm not gonna
Which
say it on
is,
here because motherfuckers
oh,
bite. But hold on, let me write
bite
it
me, bitch.
down. Hold on, because hold on. A okay, yeah. I'm writing down on a fucking napkin. I need like a notepad. But
Yeah.
anyways, but yo, support Rob. You know, support his writing. You know, he writes little things on his Twitter. You know, follow him for audio content because he posts spaces and audio notes and things like that. So,
Why are
um,
you promoting me, babe?
because you don't want followers.
Exactly. Don't follow me. Just listen to what I say, but don't follow me.
Support your favorite podcaster. I know people show up for Rob. I know people don't show up for me. That's just what it is. It's the truth.
It's
So
not the truth.
support your favorite podcaster, Just Rob.
Boo that guy.
X.com/Rob's Just Thinking. So get yourself some merch and support
You're
your
talking
favorite
about I'm a great
podcaster.
writer, and I couldn't even come up with a good title for my shit. Oh my gosh.
Well, because you're writing for me. You know what? Let me tell you guys. Rob is such a great writer, right? He's the one that comes up with the titles of the show and the description of the show. Isn't he
That
wonderful? Isn't he creative?
that was just recently. Like, wasn't it a week that I started doing it?
Yeah, and I'm surprised that we did every single we actually did Monday through Friday.
Hmm.
That's the
Yeah,
most
we did.
dedication that I've had in like forever other than our marriage.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
great, babe. You really are. And I
you
want you
know,
to move forward with your writing career. I really do.
when you tell me to write, or when you used to tell me like, oh, we should go sit somewhere and just like you write, I would take my little notepad with. No, matter of fact, we stopped to at the dollar store to get one because I was like, I don't have one. I don't have a pen. And then I think when you tell me to do it, and it's not because you're telling me, it's because it's just like putting me on the spot. I feel like I just completely go blank. And I was sitting there and I was just writing like, we are at a McDonald's and we are eating and there's a
You
bunch of
felt
people
pressured.
here.
You felt
Yeah, and I was
pressured.
just like,
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell to write about. But
Let me tell you
yeah,
something. Like okay, some of you guys know, some of you don't know. I used to be a writer for like since elementary school going into junior high and then high school. I used to write articles for Yahoo and MSN back in the day. So I do have like a writing resume or like journaling or whatever. Um there's a lot of like prompts or exercises that and this is what I wanted us to do. Remember a few months ago I was like, I really
hmm,
want to get people onto doing prompts. Why don't you give yourself some prompts? Like, if you don't know what to write about, just write like 10 words down of what's on your mind. So like when we were sitting at McDonald's, right? When we are like an hour away from my house, we were just chilling there
hmm,
for what, 4 hours, just
yeah,
stuffing our faces and writing and things like that. You could have wrote down like McDonald's, we're far away, or miles, or just little words, and then your mind will start to trail, like your mind will start to go off, and then you'll catch yourself writing down things that are like literally way deep down in the back of your mind,
hmm,
and then it'll kick off for you.
yeah,
So like I know, like especially like it's like an artist, like I have these really large canvases, and when you're looking at a blank canvas, it does get intimidating, not because of the size of the canvas, but it's blank, and you're just
yeah,
like, you don't know if you should sketch on it first, you don't know if you should do an underpainting, or you don't know if you should sketch it on a little piece of paper before you put it on the canvas, because you don't want to fuck up. Like, I know staring down at a blank page or like a blank journal, you're just kind of like, holy shit. So, like, for instance, there are artists out there that they'll get a brand new sketchbook and then they're like, fuck, like I don't want to fuck up the pages. I want the sketchbook to be
Yeah.
perfect. And see, a
Yeah.
sketchbook is supposed to be used for swatches. It's supposed to be used for just sketching down an idea. It's just for brainstorming. It's not like you're going to publish the whole book. It's just for you to get some things down. So what a lot of artists will do is that, let's say they bought like a new pack of colored pencils, or they bought brand new watercolors and paints. So the first couple pages, they don't know what to, if they should, sketch or write something, or oh, if this book gets lost, like here's my information, return it. It's
Mm.
it's just like, oh, I'm gonna see what this color looks like on the page. So they'll scribble or they'll do like a paint swatch, and next thing you know, like they're 3, 4 pages in, just testing out the materials, and so
Yeah.
that kind of breaks them into the new sketchbook, and they're not so intimidated anymore. So it's kind of the same thing with you. Like you would just have to write down like a few things, or maybe write down things that are important to you, like what's important to you on this day. That's why sometimes like I feel like writing in my journal, but it's like I don't know what to write. So
Mm.
I'll write down like, oh, I'm gonna write down 4 good things that happened to me today, and then I will write sentences, and then sentences will turn into paragraphs, and next thing you know, I'm like 6 pages in, and those are all the
Mm.
4 good things that happened to me today. Dang, dang, dang.
Yeah. Like even the way that I write in my journal is bland right now. I'm like, I woke up, I feel good. I didn't go crazy today. That's a win. No, it's just like I know I'm supposed to be writing about things that I won't talk about, things that um have been on my mind, and I'm not doing that. I don't know. I feel like I don't want to say writer's block, but that's kind of what it feels like. I have all these things in my mind that I want to express, but I don't know how.
You or we have responsibilities. You have a whole household to take care of, baby.
Mm.
And for me, I have my responsibilities and stuff, and yeah, it does kind of like get in the way. But if you just start out with, just something little, it
Yeah.
can make like a huge bigger impact. Like it'll just complete your day, and that's ultimately what we're trying to do every
That
single
story
day.
that I wrote, that I sent you, I think I wrote that in what, a day? It started in the afternoon, and then I finished it the next day. And it was almost like, oh, I lost inspiration now. I need to write faster. By the time I finished, I was like, I don't know, it's starting to feel forced. So, forced, not forced. Forced. See, my brain and my mind. My brain and my mind is the same thing. My brain and my mouth are not doing their jobs.
Uh-oh.
You know why? Because I'm hot as shit and I don't have a fan on. I
Uh-oh.
talked about this too, about being uncomfortable. And we always run to something to relieve our discomfort. So I'm just gonna sit in this hot ass box and I'm just gonna let it inspire me. You're like, fuck that. Give me the fan, give me the AC.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm not about to go about my entire day or the rest of my day with a fucking headache just because I was hot.
No, it's actually relieving my headache.
The heat?
Well, I don't know, something is. Maybe talking about all this shit is. But I woke up with a headache and it's starting to go away. So that's
Yeah,
good.
I actually
That's a
put
win.
my Ninja Turtle mask back in the fridge, and after I'm done with this episode, I'm gonna I'm gonna put it back on.
And take a picture for me. I want
Yeah.
to see you
Oh my
with
gosh.
your Ninja
Oh
Turtle
my
mask on.
gosh. Mm-hmm.
But you want to talk about your personal wins? Do you remember them?
I had a win yesterday, which you kind of witnessed. Do you remember?
No.
Okay, so I was on the phone with Rob yesterday. I was trying to do deliveries and it sucked, by the way. But what was the highlight of it though was I was sitting outside of McDonald's waiting for an order to come through, and I seen this guy. He comes out and okay, I need to stop myself from saying something else, but this guy comes out with his arm full of McDonald's kids Happy Meals. Right? There was like I think he had like 3 or 4 boxes. I think three of them. And then he had like a drink cup carrier with like, the drinks in it. But
Mm,
he was like these boxes were like in his arms. Like, and he was trying to not have them fall, right? And I'm
mm,
looking at him and I'm just like, why the fuck didn't these motherfuckers give him a big bag, a bigger bag to put them in? Like they just
mm,
gave it to him like, "Oh, here's one Happy Meal, here's two, here's three, here's four," and just loading his arm up and then like, "Oh, here's all your drinks." And so he's like, full arms of Happy Meals.
mm,
And McDonald's, they have those white plastic bags. It's a large bag, they have them. Either that or they have those really large McDonald's like paper brown bags that
mm,
they put Uber orders in, DoorDash orders in. Why didn't these fucking people put his Happy Meals in a larger bag? So this guy was struggling. Like no one wouldn't even open the door for him. And when I said I need to shut the fuck up, I don't want to think it's because he's Hispanic and these white people were
mm,
just like letting him struggle. They see him coming, but nobody's opening the door for him. But this poor guy, he's opening the door for them and he's struggling. So I was like, what the fuck? So this guy comes out, he walks right by my vehicle, and then I started, fumbling around in my vehicle because me and my parents, we ate at Jersey Mike's, and I asked for a to-go bag, but I ended up scarfing down my entire sandwich. But I didn't I didn't want to waste the bag, so I took the bag with me. I had that bag in my car for about a week, and I was like, I don't know if I should throw this away because I clean out my car almost every single day, and I kept holding on to that paper bag. And I was like, I got that Jersey Mike's bag. So I pulled it out and I was like, hold on, babe. And then I was like, hey, excuse me. Chasing after this guy across the street. And he looks over at me and he's fumbling trying to open his truck. And I was like, wait, 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 wait. And then I run up to him and I opened the bag for him and he was like, oh, thank you, and I don't think this man knows very much English other than thank you, and thank you is all I needed, and I opened the bag and he puts the Happy Meal boxes in there and he says thank you again, and I was happy that I was able to help somebody, and he can surprise all the little ones when he gets home, with all
mm.
their Happy Meals, and that was the image that I was picturing. Like he's making a lot of little ones happy coming home with a bunch of McDonald's, you know?
Yeah.
So to me that was a win, even though yesterday there was like a
222, 222, 222,
222. Yay!
222.
Thank you, babe.
Yeah, sorry.
See, 222 just confirms to me that I did a good thing.
I wonder what it actually means. I'll
Mm.
look it up. You can tell me.
No, just that yesterday was a pretty um it I don't want to say it was stressful. It was just hard to work last night because it was very very windy, dust storm, it's monsoon season. There was tree branches that fell off of trees and landed in the middle of the road, and I almost ran over one of them like a fucking speed bump. Um, trash cans were blown over and knocked into the street, and I almost ran into one of those. Again, it was starting to get dark. You could hardly see, and it was just like, okay, I gotta just take it slow. I don't want to get into an accident. But that particular incident, it made me happy about just being out.
Yeah. Yes, you did a good thing there.
Yeah, so that was a win for me.
Yeah, I stayed alive the week. I didn't die.
That was your win.
That was yeah, that's my personal win. Is that I didn't go completely crazy, and I'm still here. No, actually, well, I think I did this like 3 weeks ago. That I changed the body wash that I use and
To dish soap.
the dish
You're like,
soap.
I
Yes,
changed dish soap.
yes. I went
Everybody's
from
like, ew,
Dawn
gross.
to Dawn Platinum. Why is it gross though? If I actually showered with Dawn dish soap, why is that gross? If it's good enough for a duck full of oil, it should be good enough for me. An
Oh
oily
my
duck.
god. Hmm.
I wonder like the chemicals in Dawn. I use Dr. Bronner peppermint now, so that's good. It feels good after my shower. I turn on my fan and I'm cool. I still I stay cool for a little bit longer than normal. Sometimes, like hours later, I catch a little breeze and it's like ooh, and it's still cool right there. But yes,
You
that's a
posted
win.
in the comments, in numerology, the angel number 222 is said to symbolize balance, harmony, and spiritual alignment, in case anyone is wondering.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rob,
So
for that reference.
if you needed a sign, there it is.
Use Dawn soap.
Used on this. So I have a question
Yes.
though.
For
So
who?
we know that for you, we
Okay.
know that Dawn dish soap is good, right? Because again, it does that is the soap preferred by oil spill cleaners to clean these ducks and these
These
wild
ducks.
animals.
Oh my god.
Anyways, so that's the original one. Why in the hell do we need platinum? Why do we need a power wash? Like, why do we need all these um not sequels, uh, better ones or stronger ones? Why? It's good
Baby,
enough.
I
Leave it
don't even
alone.
know what the hell you're talking about. You said
Like
power
if some,
wash?
yeah, why do we need a Dawn power wash or power? What is it called? Foam wash, whatever.
Oh, you're
No, it's
talking.
called power wash. It's power wash, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why do we need that? If Dawn
Um,
original is good enough, why do we need a Dawn platinum and a power wash?
I don't know. We would have to pull up the commercials to find out.
I'm just saying, if something is good enough, leave it alone. Why do you have to make it better?
Okay, well,
Why
I
do we
think
need all these
because
different
I
ones?
have the power wash one, the one where you spray it and it's already like foamed. I
Mhm.
think the purpose of that is that, like, let's say you ate a sandwich on a plate with chips, right? And then you clear off the plate, and then to save you time from washing, dishes, as far as like getting like a sponge, wetting it, putting the gel on it, the original soap.
Mhm.
The thing is that you wet the, like, you wet the plate, or you just spray it right off the bat. You just spray it,
Mhm.
and then you rinse it, and supposedly it's supposed to get it clean. So it's just supposed to be like quicker than
But like you
to.
don't have to scrub it and all
Yeah,
that
you don't
stuff.
have to scrub it or nothing. That's why I think it's like a power
But
wash.
that sounds like it's something that you would do to load up the dishwasher with. Like you spray your stuff and then you put it in there and then you just Washing.
but it's eliminating the dishwasher part. Like you wouldn't have to.
I'm gonna test it. I'm
So
gonna
it's
experiment.
almost like this. It's almost like taking your car to the car wash and you're putting it through the machine, and see it's like all of the soaps are, they spill on the car, and
Mhm.
then they, like they spray it with the water, and then they put another soap thing on it, and then they rinse it off, and then the only thing that you have to do is wipe it. So when your car
But
comes out
don't
of the
they
car
still
wash,
use
you're
those
wiping
things?
it. What things?
Those agitators,
What now?
the monsters, the what?
Oh,
Those things that look like a mop.
monster.
Yeah, the
See,
monster
that's what I'm saying. Like with the thing, it
with
don't
the
it
power
don't
wash.
have to. No.
Isn't it called power wash? I need to look this up. Hold on.
Oh my god.
Dawn power wash. Go ahead and
You
keep
should you
talking.
should write what's the use of Dawn Power Wash.
Okay.
Oh my
What's it
god.
for? Yeah, it's called Dawn power wash.
And ask what the uses are.
Dawn power wash use.
Or what good is it? Is it really
Initial
necessary?
point
Does it
on
really
use.
do its job? Does it really clean?
What's the difference between Dawn and Dawn power wash?
It just sits on
No.
top until you rinse it.
Yeah. Dawn Power Wash is a thick, clinging spray that can be used for many cleaning purposes. It's designed for dishwashing, but it can also be potent. It can also be more potent than the regular dish soap because it contains rubbing alcohol and other ingredients that help remove dirt. So it does have alcohol.
Oh
Okay.
no.
So
Are
then
you
that
all
refill
for
has.
it, or are you going to
I
like
just don't see like it's still. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. Dawn seems good enough. I don't need. I don't know why we need a platinum and a 2.0 and a power wash and all these
I
other
think
things.
you're one of those people that you don't believe it's clean unless you scrub the hell out of it.
No, but I am gonna experiment. I am gonna buy a power wash and I'm gonna get two dishes. I'm gonna oil them up. Cause have you ever seen it? Have you ever had a dish or a pot and then you sprinkle what you squirt some you squirt some Dawn in it and then the grease just separates from it. Have you ever done that? Have you ever seen it? I've seen it and I'm like, whoa, okay, cool. That means it does cut through grease. It does cut through oil. So I'm like, all right, cool. That's good enough for me. Why do I need something that I have to, like? It just so the whole point of the power wash is you spray it and you don't have to scrub it. Is that what it is?
I just said that.
I know. Okay, so I'm gonna put it to the test. I'm gonna get a plate. I'm
Oh
gonna burn
no.
some cheese on it, and it's gonna be stuck, right? So we'll see.
um that's not
Then
that's unlikely people are burning cheese
okay, well
on
not burning it,
plates.
but like I'm a melt some cheese, let it cool, and then we'll see if the Dawn dish power wash or whatever the fuck it's called, if it cleans
Are
it
you
up
gonna
better
peel
than
back
just
the
regular Dawn.
cheese is what I want to know.
Yeah. But you're saying that I could just spray the power wash on there and leave it a couple minutes and then it should be clean without having to scrub it, right? Isn't is that not what you're
I
saying?
I didn't say it as bad as burning cheese. I said a sandwich and chips.
Well, yeah, a sandwich and chips are not that dirty.
Okay,
The whole
right,
point is
but all right. So when if there was fucking ketchup, mayo, and mustard on the sandwich? Okay, so why don't you try it with that? Would you have to do a whole because your experiment would contain a block of cheese.
no, I'm not talking about a block. It could be a
But that's
slice. It
how
could be a corner. It could be whatever.
but that's how extreme you take it.
No,
You're dramatical. So that's why it's
no.
like, okay, well, why don't you try it with something more reasonable, not melted cheese? You don't even eat grilled cheese. So
Yes, I
how
do.
I,
Yes, I do.
you try not to. But that's not
Yeah,
what
that's because I'm lactose intolerant. I don't. I'd rather not deal with the stomach ache.
baby,
Yes.
experiment. Ex-
Okay, so I'm gonna get a white plate and I'm gonna put ketchup and mustard and I'm gonna swirl it around and then I'm gonna drop a little drop of Dawn dish soap and then I'm gonna get the same thing and
oh
spray it
my
with power
god.
wash and then we'll see what the difference is. That'll be the
But
experiment.
I already feel like I know you're gonna be like, it's not clean.
Well, if it does the same thing, then cool. But if I
Yeah,
have
but
to
you're gonna
scrub
be
with the,
itching. You're gonna be itching to scrub it. Is what I mean. Is that you're not
I'm
gonna
gonna
let
put it
it
on the,
just.
I'm gonna put it under a microscope and see if there's still germs on it.
Oh my god.
Nah, I'm just saying, like, is it because it's more expensive? Isn't Dawn Power Wash more expensive than regular Dawn dish soap? So they just
Well,
want to
first
get the
of all,
money.
I don't think Dawn is supposed to be used for an entire counter full of dirty dishes. I think it's just used like to clean like one or two plates.
No, no, you
Because
can.
you're okay. I it is expensive because you're paying for a fucking nozzle that actually does something. You pull the trigger and then it come out. So of course you're gonna be paying a little bit extra for that. It's a packaging that you're paying for and the brand name. But you're paying for the alcohol that's in it. To what more
Wasn't there a
dilute
TikTok?
the solution, the Dawn solution. So of course, and to make that motherfucker foam, yeah, you're gonna be paying more,
But I think what makes it foam is the spray nozzle.
right? But
Wasn't there a TikTok that showed you how to refill your power wash with the ingredients you already have at home, which was alcohol,
if
water, and
you
Dawn?
found it, you didn't share it with me because I don't think I seen
You've never seen it?
it.
I'll look it up. But
Oh my god.
yeah, I'm just I'm just saying Dawn dish soap is good enough. There's no reason to be buying all this other platinum shit. And well, Amazon has the power wash and 3 refill bottles for $18,
Oh, nice.
and
Shoot me that.
Target has the Dawn power wash for 4.99. Ooh, but Target also has a 16-ounce Dawn power wash platinum with lemon. Ooh, for
Not you can
4.99.
lick this.
You can lick this. Ooh, they have Platinum Plus Power Wash.
Palas.
Alas. See, why do we need all this platinum free and
Okay.
clear?
You know what?
Um,
To ease your little raccoon brain, why don't you just stick to just a regular standard Dawn dish soap? You don't have to experiment if you don't want. If you want to experiment, come to my house because I have the power wash, the power spray thing.
I will.
Just
Ooh, Home
experiment.
Depot has professional 32-ounce heavy duty degreaser for 7.97. I'm just saying this
Is
Dawn
that
dish
done
soap is good enough. Yes.
at Home Depot?
Yep.
Oh
It's a
shit.
degreaser.
Did you know that Home Depot they sell everything at Home Depot on the website? Like they sell TVs and bicycles and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't know that.
See, the regular original Dawn dish soap is $8.99 at Target, and it's the 32 ounce or 50. What the hell is it? Hold up, I'm gonna go shopping.
I'm not good with numbers, so when he says
Oh,
32
this
fluid
is the
ounce,
56.
$8, I'm like,
This
what?
is the big one with the handle, babe. The big one with the handle, and it's $8.99. See?
Mm. So which one are you going with?
I'm gonna go with the 70 one because the 70 ounce one is 10.49, and it's also a big ass handle one. See? Leave good enough alone. That's good.
Mm.
That's a win. That's a personal win for me. I'm gonna go shopping.
Yay.
Yes. What do you use? Not you, but the people. I know you use power wash.
Yeah, I have both of them.
Yeah.
Cause when I'm by myself, I think that's also another reason why it's used for that. Um, when you're by yourself and you don't want your dishes to pile, and I use a power wash because I'm a single person living on my own. So
So do
for
you
me,
feel
it's too.
like it's clean enough when you use it?
Well, I clean my plate, so yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
it's
because for me, I
convenient.
don't like to leave things dried up on
Yeah.
my appliances. So for
Yeah.
me, yeah, I would um when you take like a napkin, like the napkin that you're using
Mhm.
to clean your face. Yeah,
Yes.
when there's more, like when there's like ketchup and all of that left on there, I just wipe it all up and then I just throw it away, and then that's when I use the power washer and just let it rinse. And then I kind of do that shine check. I don't know if you guys do that after you guys like clean your dishes and then you wipe your dishes dry, and then like when you do the shine check, like you let the light glare, like reflect off of your plate, and then if you see like little crumbs or like oil, like the rainbow of the oil,
Mhm.
then that tells you that it's not clean, because mayo has oil in it. So
Mhm.
when it's still on there like that and it's just smeared all around, then I know it's not clean. But when I do the shine check using a power wash, like it is clean.
Okay. You might
So
have just sold me on power wash. I'm gonna use it as a body wash.
yes,
All of this
babe.
started because of my body wash. Yeah.
Yep. So
See, now I want to experiment if you can use the water with alcohol and Dr. Bronner soap in the power wash bottle. Yes.
you see, if I go into the bathroom at your place, I'm gonna see all these kitchen detergents in the bathroom,
Yes.
in the shower.
Yes.
Like, babe,
Which
what's
does
going on?
it does remind me I have to wash my or I have to clean my shower. Okay.
Oh my god. Yes, Rob is a curious little raccoon.
Yes, yes I am. I like to experiment.
And then once he finds a kitchen detergent that he's gonna use all the time, he's gonna have to zoomies every single time. He's like, "Yay! I get to clean the bathroom. I get to
I'm
wash
looking for a
dishes."
Dawn I'm looking for a Dawn sponsorship. They should sponsor me. I use Dawn for everything.
Yeah, yes, hit us up.
Yes, sponsor me.
Mm-hmm.
But they're gonna be like, no, you're talking bad about the power wash. You're telling people they don't need it. It's more expensive. Of course they need it.
No, they wouldn't give you a sponsorship because they're like, you're using our products in a very incorrect way.
But it's not. When I see in the commercial that they're giving a duck a bath with Dawn dish soap, it makes sense to me for me to be able to take a bath with Dawn dish soap. I'm like, oh, he came out clean. I should be able to use it. Like,
Oh my
yes.
gosh. Yeah, you're taking it too literal. And we talked about that in the past two episodes.
Yes. But that's what I see when I see a duck being washed with Dawn dish soap. I'm like, yes, he's clean and spiffy and fluffy.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, we
Yeah,
should
we're
watch
never
some
gonna
movies,
get
man.
sponsorships because they're gonna be like these guys use all kinds of products incorrectly.
No, no,
They're endangering their household.
no. There's no. I'm gonna look up the chemicals in Dawn dish soap because from what I understand, there's minimal ingredients and it has multiple uses. You don't have to just use it for your dishes. You can use it for other stuff. So Nescafe, I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking for a sponsorship. Nescafe, Dawn dish soap, and Dr. Bronner sponsor me. I use your products all the time
I want a
for
sponsorship
everything.
from Burger King because
I
I
know
eat
you
Burger
do.
King every day.
They should already be
I'm
sponsoring you.
such a fatty. Yes.
Hey, we all gotta eat.
hmm Our babies love Burger King.
Yeah, they
They don't
do
want to
know.
talk with the people working at the window because our son
Except
is
for that
like,
lady.
fries, fries, fries,
What's that
fries.
lady's name? Shout out to her. Congratulations. Thank you, manager.
I don't even know her name, honestly. I know the
What?
other manager's name. Yeah, the other manager's name is Marcy.
Mm.
I don't even know that guy's name. Well, hello, welcome to Burger King. I don't even know his name. Yeah, so I gotta learn their name. I know that one dude, and he happens to be
it's
a
a
Robert
oh,
too.
it's always a Robert. Check your
Yes.
receipt. It should be in your receipt.
I think it's in the car. Yeah, I
Oh
have to
well,
look. But yeah, shout
next
out
time
to
you
her.
go.
She's so nice. And when I
Yes,
first
she is.
met her, I don't think she liked me. But like the more, yeah, everyone doesn't like me in the beginning. But
Yeah, me
that
too.
that weird dude with the wow, how wow, kind of, I don't think he still likes me. But yeah, this lady, yeah, it was always hard to talk to her because I always felt like she didn't know how to talk to me. But it's like, you work here. Like you have to talk to me. Like I'm okay. Like I just want my food and I'll get the hell out of your face once I get it. Give me some ranch, give me my sody and I'll be out of your way. But yeah, shout out to her. When were you with me when we saw her at McDonald's?
When she
Right?
was talking about her dog or her cat or her pet, was that her
No, that's
that
somebody
passed
else.
away? Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, that's Marcy.
oh,
But yeah,
I don't
we
know.
ran into her
I've
at
never seen their faces.
McDonald's. Oh, I know,
Oh
cause
yeah,
you're
yeah,
always
yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
you're always in the passenger seat.
Passenger seat. Yeah, I can't see their faces, but yeah, I saw the one at McDonald's.
Can I tell you
That's the one.
something about that
Uh huh.
lady?
Yeah.
I feel like well, when we seen her at McDonald's, you remember that man that she was with, her husband?
Yeah.
I think he abuses her.
Oh. Huh.
And I'm pretty sure because like I said, I'm not going to sit there and be like, "Oh, I know that for a fact because, I'm using my abilities, my spiritual abilities." But
Mhm.
that thought came to me and I didn't want to go into it spiritually to really find out, but it was the way that he was talking to her. Like
Mm.
he was talking to her like she was, slow and shit. And honestly, this lady cannot move around very quick, but it's like don't talk to her like that, you know?
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say it before you said it. Not that specifically, but I was gonna say I don't know what it is about her that makes me feel sad for her.
Right. Well, she
So
does have a sad face. She does.
yeah,
But
that's why I was kind of happy for her when she said, "Yeah, I'm manager now." I was like, "Oh, cool." It's like she
yeah, so her
deserves it.
husband better put some respect on it.
I'm gonna go kick his ass.
Right. Me too.
We're not
Mm.
promoting violence on innocent people here. Exactly. Uh-huh. Now, but okay, so let's go back to the movies. I want to recommend people watch Breaking Dawn if you can find it. Which one else? Split, babe, you should watch Split. It is free on Prime, I think. I'll send you the information.
You said
But
split on Prime.
Split, yes, I think it is part of a trilogy, but I don't think you need to watch the other ones for that one to make sense. That one's a good movie by itself. But if you do want to watch the trilogy or the other parts, it's first is Unbreakable, and then it's Split, and then it's Glass. But
Mm.
Split is a good movie. I'm gonna watch American Psycho because it's been on my list forever, and it's on Netflix now. So I'm gonna watch
Which
that
one was
today.
that?
Some American Psycho.
Oh, it's a movie or is it like a series?
No, that's a movie.
It sounds like a series.
I think it was a series, but no, I'm talking about the
Yeah,
movie.
I'm not
I
gonna
think it's
know.
Christian Bale or something like that. I'm not sure, but you've seen scenes from it. I know you have because I think it's been like memes and shit,
Mhm.
or what are they called? Reels.
Mhm.
But I think, yeah, I want to watch that movie. And I would say let's watch it, but then you're busy all the time, and I'm afraid
Yeah,
that they're
when
gonna
I'm
get
not
rid of
busy,
it.
you're busy.
Yeah,
So our schedules kind of, unless we have
oh,
movie
please.
night, like after you and I get into bed, we can
But
watch
then you're
movie.
sleepy.
I know. I do wake up kind of early.
Yeah, I know you have been.
Are
I
you
just don't
okay
want to
with
hold
us
you.
like watching half of the movie and then like the next day watch the other
Babe,
half?
our movie list is getting long. We're still gonna watch. What was it? Oh,
Rumple.
it.
Yeah, we
It.
were gonna watch it.
We're
We
gonna
were
watch
gonna
it, and then we're the
watch
Humpty. What is it called?
Humpty
The guy that,
Dumpty.
yeah, Humpty Dumpty. It's supposed to be like a
Yeah.
scary movie, right?
Yes.
A thriller.
A
Thriller.
thriller.
Yeah.
Thriller.
Yes.
Yeah.
You still haven't watched that movie that I told you to watch, babe.
Which one?
The God Doesn't Exist. I'm sure it's
I
not on YouTube anymore. Or did you
You
watch
told
it?
me to watch a movie?
Yes, like
Can you
three
like
months
send it to
ago.
me? That way I can like see what
I'll
movie it
see if
is.
it's still available because it was on YouTube. I don't think it's on YouTube anymore. But yeah,
I want to before we end the show because you gotta leave in a couple minutes, but
yeah.
um one of my favorite movies is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. And I've said this a couple times on Twitter that I love Bill and Ted because they're always happy. And when you watch Bill and Ted, the first movie and the second movie, it's almost like they never let anything like get them down. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
first of all, that's true friendship. And second, that's just who they are. Like they have really good personalities. They're really funny. They're kind of like yeah, like they're just positive about everything. And I stick to they're just always happy.
Mhm.
So if you guys haven't seen the movie, go check it out. It's really funny. I think it's
Yeah.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. That's the first one, and then the second one is Bill and Ted's Bogus Adventure, and that's
Mm.
where they actually went to hell. And it's
Oh
pretty
shit.
funny. Yeah, you need to see that one. That one's where they're actually like going through their own personal hell in hell.
Oh shit. Okay.
But let me tell you, I'm not complimenting the devil, but I am complimenting the motherfuckers that designed the devil in that movie. But holy shit, that the costume and all of that, mm, it is.
Close.
You said close?
Yeah. Is it a close
Uh,
representation?
no,
No. Okay.
no. Well, from oh my god, I'm gonna bring a lot of like controversy and all of those things. A lot of people are probably gonna call me a fucking liar and shit, but the devil's pretty handsome. He's not like how people think that he is, but I will say that I had a dream about the devil hovering me, and he was like a beast, okay, but like in a human form. His skin was peeled off, and there was nothing but like he was covered in blood. So I think
Damn.
people's depiction of him is just that, but when I see him in a spiritual way, he's a very handsome person.
Eh,
What?
You need to watch that series, Lucifer.
Oh, really?
Another
Oh,
thing
I
that I've
think you
been
told me
saying.
about it, and then I saved it on my wish list.
Yes, you need to watch it, and that's the closest description to what I've experienced. That's how when I watched Lucifer, I was like, "Holy shit! Like this is a close representation of what I've seen."
Mm-hmm. Same.
And then all the other, well, not all the episodes, but most of the episodes that I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like that's true. The way that he talks about how people view him, I'm like, that's true too. So people just watch it. It'll make sense. I
You know
think you'll
what?
like
That
it.
should be our episode for Monday.
But
Like
you're not
how
gonna get through
people.
the whole seasons.
No, 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 no. I meant like people's viewpoints, because in my culture, my people, they view our creator as like death, like the
Uh-huh.
Grim Reaper, and that's not who he is.
Uh,
So maybe we should talk about that on one of our upcoming episodes.
okay. I'll make a note of it.
Well, I think that
But
concludes this episode because you got to get going.
oh yeah, yes maybe.
Mhm.
Plus
Well, thank
I'm
you, babe, so much for
dropping.
joining me on panel. Huh? What'd you
I
say?
said plus I'm dropping weight because I'm sweating my ass off. I need to go shower with my Dawn dish soap.
Yes. You and your shower will be super clean.
Yes.
Yes.
See, kill two birds with one stone. Clean
Hey,
yourself and your
hey,
shower.
hey.
Thank you so much for having me, babe.
Yes, babe. And thank you to everyone that has joined us live on this cast. And if you're listening to this on a playback, don't forget to add, rate, comment, subscribe, follow, and share. And yeah, for follow us and fuck. I just lost my
No.
outro. What now? What?
You already did it.
Oh shit. No, no, no. I was gonna say something. You know what? Forget it. But we're
Don't
we go
follow
live
Drishma.
Yes, follow Rob on his Twitter X handle. And yeah, check us back out on oh well, you know what? We're gonna do spaces over the weekend. So you guys follow us on Twitter if you guys want to listen to more audio content from the both of us. And yeah, we'll check you guys out next week, Monday through Friday. We try to go on at 1 o'clock p.m. Arizona Standard Mountain Time. And yeah, you guys have a beautiful, safe weekend, and we'll check you guys on the twits. Peace.
Bye.